Step into the unknown with the shadow frequency and your host, Matt Wilson, as he takes you where the shadows hum.
Welcome, listeners, to episode 114 of The Shadow Frequency, where we dive into the eerie unknown that lurks just beyond our sight. I'm Juniper, your producer, and tonight we're venturing into the chilling mystery of a supposed UFO landing at Holloman Air Force Base, a tale of alien craft, otherworldly beings, and the military cover-up that sends shivers down the spine. Something strange touched down in the New Mexico desert, and we're about to uncover its secrets. Matt, this one's got my skin crawling already. What's your take?
Oh, Juniper, this story's a wild one. Picture a glowing craft descending under the desert stars. Non-human figures stepping out to meet stunned military brass. It's the kind of thing that makes you wonder what's really going on out there in the night sky.
I'm already hooked and a little freaked out. All right, Matt, take us into the shadows. Let's explore the Holloman Air Force Base incident.
Welcome to the Shadow Frequency, where the unexplained whispers to us from the dark. Tonight, we're diving into one of the most haunting UFO stories ever told, the alleged landing at Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico, a place where the line between our world and the cosmos blurs. This isn't just a story, it's a descent into a mystery that's been whispered about for decades, a tale that makes you question what the government knows and what they're not telling us. Picture it. The desolate moonlit sands of the New Mexico desert, sometime between 1964 and 1971, accounts vary, adding to the eerie ambiguity. Holloman Air Force Base, a hub for cutting-edge military tech, sits quiet under a star-filled sky. Suddenly one, or maybe three, glowing craft descend, silent and otherworldly. They don't crash, they don't hover, they land. According to those who dared speak of it, non-human beings emerge from these crafts, stepping onto the tarmac to meet military personnel in a moment that feels ripped from a nightmare. Filmmaker Robert Emenegger, a name etched in UFO lore, claimed he was promised footage of this event for his 1974 documentary UFOs Past, Present, and Future. He was working with the Air Force expecting raw, unfiltered evidence of extraterrestrial contact. Imagine his anticipation, a glimpse into the unknown. But when the time came, he received only 8 seconds of sanitized footage, barely a whisper of the truth. Emenegger and his producer, Alan Sandler, later spoke of what they were told. Beings not of this earth, stepping out of a craft, moving with an unearthly grace that chilled those who witnessed it. UFO researcher James Fox, a relentless seeker of the truth, dug deeper. He interviewed Emenegger and Sandler, piecing together a story that feels like it crawled out of the shadows. And then there's Jacques Vallee, the legendary UFO investigator whose book Forbidden Science allegedly describes one of these beings holding a staff topped with a spiral antenna, an image that sticks in your mind like a bad dream. Was it a tool, a weapon, a symbol of something beyond our comprehension? Let's set the stage further. Holloman isn't just any base. It's near White Sands Missile Range, where humanity tested rockets and pushed the boundaries of science. This is the land of Roswell, 1947, where another alleged UFO incident shook the world. And in 1964, just down the road in Socorro, Officer Lonnie Zamora saw a craft and beings that left burn marks in the desert. Even earlier, in 1950, a Project Blue Book report documented an Air Force investigator at Holloman watching a starlight craft shift colors, red, green, blue, and move in ways no human aircraft could. The desert around Holloman feels like a magnet for the unknown, a place where the veil between worlds is thin. What makes this story so unsettling is the idea of contact, not just a sighting, but an interaction. Military personnel trained for war standing face to face with beings from another world. What was said? What was exchanged? And why has this story been buried, only surfacing through whispers and half-told truths? The image of a craft landing, deliberate and unafraid, on a military base is the stuff of sleepless nights. It suggests they chose Holloman, that they wanted to be seen. Juniper, this one's got me looking up at the sky a little differently. What's it doing for you so far?
Matt, I'm half expecting to see a glowing craft outside my window right now. The idea of those beings just walking out, meeting soldiers like it's no big deal, it's creepy as heck. What's next?
Oh, we're going deeper. Juniper, let's take a quick break and then we'll unravel more of this chilling mystery. Over to you.
Wow, listeners, how's your heart rate after that? The Holloman Air Force Base story is giving me chills, and I bet you're wondering what those beings wanted and why the military's so quiet about it. We've got more coming up as Matt digs deeper into this otherworldly encounter. If you're loving the Shadow Frequency, please like and subscribe and follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and all major podcast directories. Visit our website at shadowfrequencypodcast.com where you can listen to all our episodes. Check out our new Shadow blog and leave us a voicemail telling us where you're listening from. You can also support us by buying us a coffee to keep the show going. Now let's dive into our mailbag segment where we share your thoughts. Hang on while it gets his button.
It's time for the Shadow Frequency mailbag.
All right, and here's the mailbag where we hear from you, our incredible listeners. Today we've got an email from Don in Washington. Don writes, I listen to the Shadow Frequency during my commute each morning. It helps bring me out of my morning brain fog, he says. But we all need help with that. Thanks, Don, for the love. We're thrilled to be your morning wake-up call. Want to share your thoughts? Drop us a line at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. All right, Matt, back to you for the rest of this eerie tale.
Welcome back to the Shadow Frequency, where we're peeling back the layers of the Holloman Air Force Base UFO landing. A story that feels like it's watching us from the dark. We left off with non-human beings stepping out of a glowing craft, meeting military personnel in the New Mexico desert sometime between 1964 and 1971. The image is haunting: a spiral antenna on a staff, figures moving with a purpose, and a military base frozen in awe. But what else do we know? And what's been hidden? Let's dive deeper into the whispers. Robert Emenegger's claim about promised footage is a cornerstone of this story. He was working with the Air Force, expecting a bombshell for his documentary, UFOs Past, Present, and Future. But those 8 seconds of footage, they were a tease, a glimpse that raised more questions than answers. James Fox, digging into this years later, found Emenegger and Alan Sandler consistent in their accounts. The military knew something big happened at Holloman, and they weren't sharing. Jacques Vallee's mention of a being with a staff and a spiral antenna adds a layer of strangeness that's hard to shake. Was it a communication device? A ceremonial object? The detail feels too specific to be pure fiction. The historical context only deepens the mystery. Holloman's no stranger to the unexplained. That 1950 Project Blue Book report of a color-shifting craft moving erratically? It's like the desert was calling out to something beyond our world. Roswell, Socorro, these incidents form a pattern, a cosmic breadcrumb trail leading to Holloman. The idea that extraterrestrials chose a military base, a place of human power, suggests intent. Were they delivering a message? Studying us, or something we can't even fathom? But here's where the shadows get murky. Some argue this story doesn't hold up. Critics point out there's no official documentation, no photos, no reports, no physical evidence. Why would aliens land at a military base instead of, say, a global diplomatic hub? And why was a filmmaker like Emenegger the one tapped to reveal this, rather than scientists or engineers who could analyze the craft or beings? The Air Force has never confirmed the incident, and what we're left with are stories, compelling but anecdotal. It's a crack in the tale that makes you wonder if the truth is being obscured by design or if it's just a desert mirage. Still, the Holloman incident lingers like a ghost. The consistency of the accounts, the strange specificity of details like that spiral antenna, and the military silence, it all feels too heavy to dismiss. Something's happened in that desert, something that left a mark on those who saw it. Whether it was aliens or something else entirely, the story of Holloman Air Force Base is a reminder that the universe is vast, and we're not alone in it. Juniper, this one's got me torn between awe and unease. What's it doing to you?
Matt, I'm still stuck on that spiral antenna. It's like something out of a sci-fi horror flick. I'm dying to know what you think it all means.
I think the truth's out there, Juniper, and it's watching us. Over to you to wrap this up.
And that's a wrap on episode 114 of The Shadow Frequency, where we ventured into the chilling mystery of the Holloman Air Force Base UFO landing. From glowing crafts to non-human beings with strange devices, this story leaves us staring into the void, wondering what's staring back. A huge thanks to Matt for guiding us through the shadows, and to you, our listeners, for joining us. Visit our website at shadowfrequencypodcast.com to catch all our episodes, read our shadow blog, or leave a voicemail. We want to hear from you. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies and your ears tuned to the Shadow Frequency. Good night, and stay curious.
Have a favorite episode of The Shadow Frequency? Let us know. Email us at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com and tell us which episode has kept you up at night, and you'll be entered into our drawing to win a copy of Encounters, True Stories of UFO Sightings, Alien Abductions, and Extraterrestrial Contacts. An essential read for any true believer. Deadline to enter, June 7th. Don't miss your chance to bring the unknown a little closer to home. See you in the shadows.
This episode was produced with a commitment to exploring the unexplained while grounding our discussion in documented discoveries. All interpretations are speculative and intended for entertainment purposes.